my goodness, the shareholders created all this wealth. It's their money we're entrusted with running, and we ought to run it solely in their interest. The company was incorporated in 1974. I got fired as head of the Wellington Management Company. I just decided that there ought to be a better way to run a fund business, and persuaded the directors of the Wellington Fund, the Windsor Fund, and the other funds to start a new structure in which the funds were in the driver's seat and not the management company. We were a small company. One could even say a mom and pop operation back when we started. Now we're really a huge mutual fund complex. Then it was $1.5 billion. Now it's $132 billion. Then it was 27 employees. Now it's a little over 3,600.
Vanguard is not like any other mutual fund company, and I think most people who work here know that and believe in it, and they feel very fortunate to be working for Vanguard.
I don't think the other financial institutions care about their shareholders as much as we seem to do. It doesn't matter what type of problem it is, if it's somebody who has $100 invested in Vanguard or if it's an institution that has millions of dollars in Vanguard. We treat them with the same courtesy and we expedite resolutions to their problems as quickly as possible.
And if you're doing the right thing for the client, you're doing the right thing to Vanguard.
But one of the beautiful things about working here is we're owned by the client. We eliminate some of the fundamental conflicts that exist specifically in the mutual fund industry, where what's good for the management company is by definition bad for the mutual fund shareholder.
And I've had one of our competitors say, by giving the client a fair shake, Bogle, you're going to destroy this business. And another one said, if you had to get into charity, Bogle, why did you pick the mutual fund business?
Our cost advantage doesn't come at the expense of the services that we provide. Our cost advantage comes through our unique corporate structure, the fact that we're owned by our shareholders.
We really tried to be everything we could to be the low-cost provider in this industry, right down to the little things.
We invest for what's good for our clients. We don't fritter money away.
If you watch the pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves.
In this day and age where everybody's out to make a buck and everybody's out for themselves, it's nice to know that you can entrust your money in a company where you know that your interests are going to be put first.
The mission is to live up to the trust that shareholders have placed in us, to not just meet their expectations, but to go beyond the expectations of shareholders in all of those three things: performance, price, and service.
We don't believe in luxuries. On management perks, we don't believe in management perks. So we're parsimonious where we think it's appropriate, and we invest very heavily in service, investment technology for our clients because we can afford to do so more than anyone else in our business.
We've got access to what I think is some of the best technology, able to give the clients answers right away. We don't have to say, I'll call you back. We have it right there. We can access their statements. People always ask, do you have my statement in front of you? And I can say yes. It just makes that a lot more pleasant, and that's my job, talking on the phone.
Everybody knows the job we have to do, and we all work together to complete that job. That's the Vanguard mission.
There are very few times that things get lost in the cracks. Everything's followed up on, a lot of commitment, a lot of follow-through. That's what they do.
We all build off one another. I mean, in the end, there might be one person that actually deals with the client or speaks to the client, but it might start at one small spot and work its way up.
The very core of our business is a client. And I like to refer to our clients as ordinary, honest-to-God human beings who are relying on Vanguard for the trust of their money.
They can invest with us and sleep at night.
Everybody at Vanguard that I work with, if they get a phone call from a customer or an investment advisor, they're going to do everything they can to help them out and take responsibility for the client, because they realize that no matter what they do at Vanguard, their job is important to providing quality service.
There's not a person that works here that hasn't recommended Vanguard to their brother and their sister and their mother and their whole family.
My father's been an investor here for a while, and he's had a great return on his investments. What more do you want from an investment is to get good service and get a good return.
All of us do something, I hope, that at the end of the day makes our client's life better.
I think that people do get very good service here because of the personal commitment that everybody who works here has. People want to do a good job. They really believe what Mr. Bogle says when he stands up at those partnership plan meetings and talks about commitment to excellence and good character and commitment to ethics. People believe that, and they work it every day.
And I can tell you that rarely does the day go by, this is God's truth, that I don't think how lucky we are to have such a great group of people working here, and how grateful I am personally for all they do, not for me, but for Vanguard and for our shareholders. I mean, I hope I'm going to be around here for another 30 years because they're going to write books about Vanguard, saying here's the company that changed the industry and made it a better place to invest. Of that, I have no doubt.